Welcome back to the Social English Podcast. Today, again, we are going to tackle the icebreaker, the first I in our IIWC pattern. The icebreaker, what is it? How do you hear what it is? How do you use it? Today on the Social English Podcast. But first, let's hear some words from Sora.
今日のエピソードでは英語圏である西欧諸国における特定の社会的状況についての重要なソーシャルイングリッシュのヒントをお教えします。アメリカ、カナダ、イギリス、その他の英語圏の国で実際に使えるように英会話のスキルアップに焦点を当てた社会的状況に関する大事なヒントを聞きながら学んでいきます。
Hey everybody, welcome back to the Social English Podcast. I am your host once again, Percy, and we are kicking off a great new series this time in the podcast. So we got a great new series coming out, and we're going to tackle a lot of conversation basics so you can understand real life, actual conversations in English with other English speakers, native English speakers. If this is your first time listening to the podcast, I want to give you a big thank you. And you can further listen to great episodes that we have that are going to continue more and more. And I just want to tell you, we're going to go ahead and have you listen to some amazing ways to increase your English speaking, how to get better at speaking English by listening and learning how people are making mistakes and how Google Translate also makes mistakes. So that's what we do on this podcast. We help you get better at speaking English, real conversational, real social English. So today we're going to do the second part 2 of the series on English conversational basics, real conversation. Okay. Now we're going to talk about the IIWC pattern. If you missed it, please listen to the last episode where you learn the basics of the IIWC pattern. Here is a quick review of the topic. Okay. Now, first, I want to say one more time, this is more for the advanced or high intermediate, high level, intermediate, or middle level, high level English listeners and English learners. So if you are studying English and you are in the high school or college level of English, okay, this is going to be a very good episode for you. Even if you are studying English by yourself, you have an English dictionary, you have a book you bought from Kinokuniya or another bookstore, maybe Book Off. You have an English learning book that you bought, and you are doing good. This will still help you. Okay? So that's what I want to talk about. In most English-speaking countries in the West, there is a certain pattern in conversations in English. Here at Social English, we want to help you understand those patterns of conversations. The reason is to help you understand where conversations are starting and what the person who speaks to you is trying to achieve. When we speak to someone, a new person, we have a goal. What is the goal of the person that is speaking to you? Okay? What is their goal? They took time, their own time. This is very important. This person took some time to speak to you. They have a goal. This is why they did that. We will speak about the goals later, but understand that there's a reason for the conversation starting. Okay, so what I'm going to give you is we're going to go back into the structure, and you can listen to other conversations and see if you can hear the parts of the basic conversation. I want you to understand this pattern so you can get more comfortable speaking English to other people. Okay? When you understand this pattern, you will understand how Western English speakers or native English speakers construct conversations. Okay? So how do we make conversations? You are studying English, so it's good to know, good to learn how native English speakers create the conversation. Not sentences, no. The conversation itself, okay? Okay, you don't learn this in college and you don't learn this in high school. This is very good information that I am giving you today. I hope you appreciate it. Okay. So, remember some rules. Number 1, this pattern is for the first time you meet someone only. It is when you are meeting someone, you are introduced to someone, or maybe you are on a beach and a friendly person wants to meet you, so they want to learn who you are. Maybe your appearance is interesting. They're interested in maybe your culture. They think, oh, this person is not from America. Wow, I want to speak to this person. So this is what we're going to talk about today. Okay? So the IIWC pattern. Okay. The first I is today's focus. The icebreaker. Okay? I for icebreaker. Okay? Okay. This is the first action that starts the conversation. Okay? Someone wants to speak to you. Okay? They have an idea of the goal. The first part is the icebreaker. The icebreaker can be non-verbal. Yes, that's right. The icebreaker can be without without talking. No talking involved at all. It can be totally without speaking. Okay? That is one type of icebreaker. The other type is verbal or a speaking, okay? A speaking type of icebreaker. Okay, so there are two types, nonverbal and verbal. Let's start with nonverbal. No speaking without talking icebreakers. Okay? Remember, this is the first step of every conversation with people that are new, people you are meeting for the first time. Okay. Here are some examples of a non-verbal icebreaker. Example 1. Someone walks up to you and touches or taps your back. Tap. They touch your back just with the finger a couple times, 2-3 times. They tap you. This is called a tap. Example 2. Someone, as you are walking, they walk up close to you on your right side or your left side, and they look at you and they smile. Example 3. Someone waves at you in front of you. They wave at you, you notice them, they wave at you, and they come closer, approaching you, and they wave at you with their hand. Okay, so that is 3 nonverbal icebreakers that you can see or identify. There are much more. One is also, could be, if someone walks up to you and shakes your hand. Or someone, which I think shaking your hand is part of it too as well, but it depends where it goes, where the handshaking starts. And another one can be a high five, something like that. So there are many different non-verbal icebreakers, but please understand those 3. Those are the basic common 3 icebreakers. Okay, let's talk about those again. Someone taps your back. Someone walks up to you on your side. Someone waves at you to get your attention. Okay, now let's talk about nonverbal. I'm sorry, not nonverbal. Let's talk about verbal. We just did nonverbal. Let's talk about verbal icebreakers or speaking icebreakers. Okay, icebreakers where we are actually speaking to someone. Here are some examples. Excuse me. This is example 1. Excuse me. Excuse me. Okay. Example 2. Are you from Japan? Are you from Japan? Okay. Example 3. Hey. Hey. Example 4. Hello. Hello. Example 5. Hi. Hi. Okay. These are verbal icebreakers. You know these words before. You've heard these words before. But these words are used specifically in starting a conversation as the icebreaker. Okay? In the first part, as the icebreaker. Okay? So those are some of the more common, used a lot verbal icebreakers, but there are many, many more. So if you understand these and you listen for these, you will soon start to understand when a conversation is going to start.
このショーを気に入っていただけたら、5つ星のレビューをぜひお願いします。コメントは英語か日本語でお書きいただければ喜んで読ませていただきます。リアルソーシャルイングリッシュ .com にアクセスしてぜひ無料でダウンロードしてください。ほとんどの日本人の英語を勉強している人がやってしまいがちな7つの間違いとその正しい言い方。また、毎日英語を上達させるのに役立つ資料もたくさんあります。Apple Podcast、Google Podcast、Stitcher、そして今はパンドラでもポッドキャストを購読いただけます。支援者になっていただけませんか？私たちがこのショーを作るための支援として5ドルの寄付をお願いできませんか？今後のエピソードで感謝の気持ちをお伝えします。また、そこでしか利用できない新しいコンテンツも入手できます。patreon.com/socialenglish からご参加ください。ソーシャルメディアで私たちのポッドキャストを友達にシェアしたり、Twitter、Facebook、Instagram のフォローをお願いします。
So friends, that is it. That is the I in the IIWC pattern, our icebreaker. Don't forget, I will go through this pattern. Now, remember, you may have heard these words. I know you have. You've heard hello, hi, hey. You've heard this before, but did you know where they went in the pattern when you meet someone new? I bet you didn't know that. So, or if you did, you'll be surprised where the rest of the IIWC pattern goes. It is going to be very interesting, and I guarantee you will enjoy learning this pattern. Okay, don't forget, next episode will be the other I, because I will go through each letter one by one and give you examples in the next upcoming episodes. Okay? And also remember, sometimes people change the order a little bit. Okay? But you will always hear or all these conversations with meeting new people or people that you don't know yet always have the IIWC pattern. So, today's action item, what I want you to do today, I want you to try one nonverbal and one verbal icebreaker. Okay? I want you to pick one and I want you to practice using it with a friend. So practice using it with your Japanese friend or your conversational avatar. Remember how we spoke about the conversational avatar? This is a great time to use your conversational avatar. Okay? So that is all. And I can't wait to see you in the next episode. Don't forget to rate, subscribe, and give us a great 5-star review. Please review. Help us reach more people that can benefit from this information like you. I will see you in the next episode. Peace and love.
今日は楽しい時間をありがとうございました。ぜひ私たちのウェブサイトrealsocialenglish.com を訪問して日本語訳と役立つ情報を手に入れてください。また次回お会いしましょう。バイバイ。See you next time. Bye bye.